Good evening and happy Monday. I hope everything is well. Welcome to the tavern. I'm sure right now I think it's just me. It happens. But plenty of you do watch when the tavern is actually not live. So, welcome to the tavern, all of you. I appreciate everyone who comes through its doors, even if somehow you're doing it when it's not open. That just sounds weird. You're not a bunch of rogues, are you? Well, this is a pirate bar, so I guess that makes sense if you're a bunch of rogues. So, I'm back after a phenomenal weekend away. I took a weekend and went to Florida. Wow, I think my light is actually really friggin' bright. So let's see. I wonder if I can turn this down. That's better. Oh, as I said, it was really, really bright. Okay, so I got a lot of the skin done. I'm probably going to do some more work eventually, but I got tired of it and started working on the hair. So I put like this coat of gray. She's a cloud giant, so I'm definitely focusing on cloudy colors, and I know I have purple in this. I mean, I guess what else is new? I always have purple. So I put base coat down. I definitely want to. I'm gonna put these sunshiny colors into the front of the hair where the light is hitting her, and in the back it will be. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It'll definitely stay gray, maybe even go darker. It's a little bit late for stream because I was actually busy answering all the market research. There's a certain company out there that is trying to put together a really cool set of brushes. They are the same ones who have that really cool paint station, Cry Droofy, and now they're going to get into brushes. So I'm so excited. Their products are awesome. I love my paint station so much, and I travel a lot, so it makes sense to have something like that for me. Or if you get a really tiny desk, I should work on them at getting a sponsorship deal. Then again, I actually really like their stuff, so. Alright, so let's actually get painting. Once I figure out where my paints are. Alright, there's Sky Shadow. I don't know if I want to do Sky Shadow for the hair. I could do Sky Shadow for the hair. It would make sense. So I put on basically a mid-tone. Because I'm in the middle of, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I've never done like this sunshiny effect. So this is basically she's there. Oh, this actually make a pretty good non-metallic gold too, actually. But she's basically in a sunset. So away I go. I had a phenomenal weekend though. Oh, let's see. She's asking the question, what make the price really low? I'm going to answer this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to stop and answer this. It's important research. She's asking me. This actually is an important thing too. I'm trying to get them to consider selling individual brushes. I don't want 5 more. Oh God, I can't spell. All right, let's see what she thinks of that. So I'm trying to get her to sell. Say she should sell. Like when one of my brushes in the set dies, I just want to buy one brush. I don't want to buy a set of 5 more, 10 more. Well, it's a good. Well, it's a good idea. But I know what they're going for. They might actually. Maybe it's cheaper. I said charge more for a single brush. I think we'd all pay for that. And than you do for the single brush in a set. And I said I Artist Opus, they sell their sets cheaper than the singles, and I don't care. I will pay for the single. What did I do with my brush? Speaking of which, what did I do with the one? Oh, there it is. It's like, what did I do with the brush I was working with? I feel honored. I feel so honored to actually be part of this. It's weird because I've never been part of this. Like, I'm such a small painter. I mean, right now there's one of you hanging out here with me, or two, and these wonderful people seem to think that I'm worth tapping my knowledge to make products. Yeah, so whenever so it does make sense. I said I think she's trying to save money on the brushes by buying bigger quantities. But if I have 20 brushes and one of them dies, I like this blue, but I don't want to actually buy 20 more brushes, or let alone, I don't want to buy even 5 more brushes because I'll have 25 brushes and probably duplicates. I just want one brush. But you make that one brush more expensive because it costs more to do one than a group. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I know what I want. I know what a Night Whisperer was complaining about too, because he had that problem with Foxbite. Now I'm gonna do this, and I may even darken it more, or maybe I'll just hit it a couple coats, and then I might go back over with some of the gray, and then I'm gonna take my sunshine colors. I'm gonna put it on the front where the sunshine's hitting it. Because I don't really want it to be blue. But I do love this color as a shadow color for this. I mean, maybe I'll even get some gray and throw some gray in this. I could use like the carbon gray. She's got such beautiful hair, and I gotta make sure the hair is on camera. So I put a few colors into her hair. Oh, that's part of her hair too. I did this before. Hey, Alley Cat, what's up? How are you today? I had a most excellent weekend. All right, I'm gonna go grab some carbon gray. Oh my god. And you know what? Here's the funny thing. Okay, you see, it's the flight delays. So, in spite of the fact I left, I think it was an hour late. I was delayed an hour because I found out the whole deal. So, there's construction going on at Logan on the runways. So, it means they have less runway. So, they have to schedule the planes in when they're going to land and such. And they did not have a place for the flight from Orlando that was coming, that I was going to get on the plane. The plane came from Orlando, and that was the one I was going to take back to Fort Myers. Well, the plane from Orlando sat on the tarmac for like an hour. There's carbon gray. Sat on the tarmac for a friggin' hour before they even let it take off. The way home was more funny though. I only ended up being about 20 minutes late, actually, from when I was supposed to. I was there around, or maybe it was a little bit more than that. Maybe it was 40 minutes. But whatever, it wasn't really terrible. It was not an hour late. And then, what was I going to say? And then on the way home, it was really hilarious. So I got that notification that said, I go, here we go again. I made it to JFK. That was on time. So basically, I had to stop. I had to change planes in New York. Now, I was not worried about getting to New York on time. I was worried about how long I was going to have to wait once I got there. So I definitely made the I made the change, but uh, so then they said, well, it's going to be, I don't know, it was like 15 minutes late, which really wasn't that bad. It said delayed. I'm like, well, that was inevitable. So I go there. It says it's going to be late. So I start puttering around the airport a little bit. And it said boarding wasn't going to start until like 7:30, I think it was. Yeah, it was like 7:31 was boarding. It's like 7:05, and then they say we're going to start pre-boarding. I'm like, what the fuck? Thankfully, I was sitting there and wasn't wandering around the JFK. And I was like, yeah, seriously. I was like, what in the world? Yeah, I think actually I'm going to want gray in this instead. So, but it'll give me a nice dark base to start with. So then we board, then said, it's on time. Okay, cool. It's on time. Awesome. So we board. And then we sit. And we sit. And I like him sneak a peek at my phone. And then it says, we're now going to be. So actually, it was more than on time. We went from about 15 minutes late. So then we went to like early, went 3 minutes or 4 minutes early, because then it said 8:57. We were supposed to get in after 9. Then I got on the plane, and then all of a sudden I look next to him, like it was now 9:19. I'm like, what the fuck? Now it's like 20 minutes late again, or 15 minutes late again. And then I looked at the time we were supposed to leave, and it was like 5 minutes, and we were still sitting on the tarmac waiting to go. I'm like, oh my lord. I wonder what time. So I'm texting Joe when I can, but the Wi-Fi, the high-speed Wi-Fi actually worked in one of the JetBlue planes. That was a newer plane with newer tech, and it actually worked. But most times the Wi-Fi in the older planes does not work, even though it's free, but it doesn't work. So I'm sitting there going, I have no idea what time I'm showing up. When I showed up, after it changed about 5 times, when I showed up and landed, it was at exactly the original time that I was told it was going to be. We landed on time. I'm like, what in the friggin' world? Joe and I both laughed at that. But the trip was friggin', it was amazing. So basically, I went to go visit and I went to go play in his game. The one, the only Void Maquette. That's his YouTube name. Who is he's got 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. All avid Vampire the Masquerade friends or players, and he does videos about Vampire the Masquerade. He also is the one that runs Patreon game that I'm in. So I'm not normally go to the Darkness Emergent events, which are really large vampire LARPs. They're expensive, really expensive too. So I wasn't going to go because it was the amount of time I needed to take off, which would be several days. And I have Adepticon coming, looming large, with DE in May. And I only have so much vacation time. So I decided for the price of less than the price of a ticket. Now that was right now. I could actually go and play in his LARP, which is adjacent to the DE campaign. So they do use elements from it. And I could see my friend, and I didn't have to wait a year to play again when I go back to LA. All right, let's see if I can thin this just a little bit. So I got there really late Friday night, only about 20 minutes. So I was there about 11:30. Got my bags pretty quickly. He actually picked me up with his girlfriend, and we went to Waffle House because I wanted to go to a goddamn Waffle House. They don't have Waffle Houses up here, as you know. They only have them in the South. And I wanted to go when I was a Reapercon and was deprived of going to Waffle House. Now, I could have stolen the rental car and gone myself, but that's no fun. And so when I came in, he's like, hey, did you eat or whatever? He goes, we're not really particularly hungry. But I go, well, I really am not particularly hungry. Isn't it? The people there are always so friggin' fun, too, the ones that work there. And we think we had a cult that walked in. They wore, like, matching clothes. They had crystals. And I didn't see them because they were behind me, but Biquette did. He goes, I think that was a goddamn cult. I'm like, so be it. Maybe it was. It sounds like it was. So, so basically it's like, but I wanted to spend time with these people. I had never met his girlfriend. One of the reasons why I went there was to meet her. I've played on, I've talked to her on the server before. You know what? I'm going to fix my camera. It's a little bit not clear. So, we went to Waffle House and it was, oh God, we had a great time. And they were dressed up like, well, actually, I don't think he was so much, but she still was dressed up like a vampire because they have an arts walk in Fort Myers and they went as they went Anarch. That's what they did. They went Anarch. So by that point, I think he just had, he lost most of the costume. And because it was like 80 something degrees at friggin', midnight. Oh, my eyes are really screwy tonight. Give me a sec. Oh, come on. Why? You know what's funny? My Streamops looks better than this. Looks a little better. Okay, that looks better. I gotta go find the window that's missing. Close that out. So, yeah, so we went to Waffle House and it was really good. The people there were cool. Oh, actually, couldn't think of it. Lore has a tattoo of like a tarot. I think it's the Fool. Has the Fool tarot card on her, and one of the waitresses that worked there called over her fellow waitress and said, "Hey, look at this!" Because apparently the other one was into the tarot. So it was a lovely evening, and then they dropped me off at my hotel, and crashed. I got up the next day, and originally I was going to go to the beach. The staff was super nice. I've never been to one where the staff has been terrible or whatnot. So then I was originally going to go to the beach because I thought Miquette was busy that day, getting ready for the LARP, whatnot. And no. Laura kicked him out and said, I can handle all this. You go visit your friend, which was very sweet. And I think they had a lot of things done anyways. So I get a ping about 8:30 in the morning, and I woke up at 9:30. Thankfully, he had to drop his kid off to, his 19-year-old, off to work at like 10 o'clock, so I didn't miss him. I was like, oh no, I hope basically it was a thing, hey, want to go to downtown? I was like, yeah. I came here to see you. Amongst also playing a game, amongst meeting my fellow players who are on the server with me. So we basically spent the entire day, well, till 3 o'clock, because then I go back and pick up his son again, who also is a storyteller in the LARP. And so we basically puttered around the historical center of Fort Myers, and checked out the shops and things like that. It was so cool. Hey, what's up? How are you doing, Michael Paints Minis? How's things in Reaperland? Well, I'm sitting here and talk about my little trip. Fort Myers is lovely. Busy. Yeah. Me too. I'll tell you what, my weekend was a welcome mini vacation. I mean, I was only gone for Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. And it was, oh God, it was so nice. I wonder if Alley Cat disappeared. You know, my amount of people watching hasn't updated. So, I get that. So, yeah, I went to Fort Myers and I went to go play in a vampire LARP and visit a friend of mine who runs that LARP and he's the guy who runs the Discord game I'm on. Okay, so I'm basically like adding shadows into her hair, and I'm going to go start lightening it again. I'm trying to remember what color I used. It had to be like, it really doesn't matter what I used. I'm going to use Tempest Gray. I'm using my Reaper paints on a Reaper Mini. How about that? Because I really love Reaper paints. So it was just nice to spend time with him because it's so hard to talk to him because he's really busy. And then we played the game Saturday night and it was so much fun. I was like I was visiting from Salem, Mass. My character is actually from Salem, Mass. That's loosely based on me. So I bring miniatures. I brought a couple painted miniatures for a couple of the leaders. You know, if you're going to go visit, yeah, it's always good to bring a gift. It means Maquette's got like 3 of my minis. He loves them so. I keep painting him. But he's also plays the prince. So he's the one that invited my character down. So I painted him one, and I painted one of the barons one. Who's also one of the people I know. But now I've got more ideas of things I'm gonna do. Oh, I remember. Shit, I remember what color. I remember what color it was. I think it was Westboro Slate. You know what? I also have Cloudy Gray too, which would make sense. I'm gonna go back to Westboro Slate. Yeah, so the game was a lot of fun. I definitely am gonna do this again. And I'm gonna do this stupidly the first weekend of the new year. Because they're going to do an art show, and I want to be part of the art show. I'm bringing my minis with me. Maybe this will be done. I think it's entirely possible this will be done by then. I hope. I have a lot of other stuff I want to do. So we can darken it up here. And then Sunday, I basically hung around the hotel for a bit. They picked me up about noon. We went out for lunch, and then I came home with more flight shenanigans. Although I will say this, the TSA was well represented. They did not call in. Speaking of vampires, I'll show you like if I start painting. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm Blink friendly. I know maybe one of these days I'll just paint like a really typical vampire. Is it a Reaper vampire? Let's see what you're up to. Oh wow, no, that's not a Reaper vampire. Share model 1 or 3 for the month of October and the vampire. And the vampire, huh? Available soon on Tribes and Patreon. Oh, cool. So you're doing it as box art. Oh, neat. I love the umbrella. That's a fun piece. What the hell does that say? Oh, Grace Sinclair. I'm going to guess that's Grace Sinclair. Wait, look at this. That's neat too. Malta for October. Matron Drusilla, check. Buffalo Chat Patreon. That's cool too. She looks like she's fallen out of that dress. Wait, do you have number 3? Look at all the cheesecake on. Wow, look at all those cheesecake girls. Nom nom nom. It's by Maya Torm. Maya Torm. Yeah, she really does good stuff. Yeah, she's very talented. That's very cheesecake. It's cool though. I appreciate Smexy ladies. So actually, I got a lot of compliments on my dress and such. That I bought. Basically I went out the night I flew down and bought a dress to wear because it's like I'm a Toreador. I gotta look good. And I found one I didn't look ridiculous in. But all in all, it was a terrific weekend. I can't wait to go back, and I am going back the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of January. We're already making plans. So what else are you up to, Michael Paints Minis? And how is everybody said down in Reaperland? I know you said I was busy, but and it's very possible my salvation arrived at work today because I got my 3rd person. So I started training him today. I basically just was showing what I do when I make a proof board and, well, not the board, but when I make a proof. Maybe tomorrow I'll give him some simple stuff. The weirdest thing was I thought I was gonna like try to hire somebody and dump all the printing on them because I'm not very good at it. But now I'm starting to enjoy it in a way. And I mean, I do want to still do what I do, but I will absolutely probably still, I'll probably share some of it. We're doing well, trying to keep up with orders while spreading the Reaper love to more folks. Yeah. Post office dropped. My package job at 10 houses down for me. Numbers weren't even similar. The thanks goodbye dropped it off, thank God. Well, I guess they know you're the neighborhood mini painter, huh? This weekend also was the Las Vegas Open, too. And it looks like Warhammer announced all their Christmas packages and their, was it the combat patrols? Reaper now has their ghoulie bags, which are really cool. I really should put it in order. But I gotta be careful of money. Well, actually, this is, come to think of it, it is actually a 5 paycheck month for me, so. I do have tires I have to replace on my car, though. I think I could just get pictures of one of the minis that I painted up for one of the guys. I do spread the Reaper love, by the way. Michael paints minis. So I bring. Hey, big hairy GM. How are you? I'm good. Like I said, for Memphis, we're going to Reno. I was like, oh, I can go to Workers Vault. Yeah, it's an 8-hour drive. Yeah, you know, the states are really huge out there. It's not like living here. So, speaking of that trip, I gave away 2 minis. I haven't posted them yet. I gave away 2 minis. Oh, you know what? I can show you. Basically, my character is a famous miniature painter. I'm not that famous, but she is more famous. I put a bunch of points of fame. She's a famous mini painter. And so I bring gifts, and they are miniatures, to my hosts. Maquette's got like, so it's funny because Maquette's got like 3 of them. Well, his birthday is around DE, so and he inspires me with ideas. But let me actually show you which ones I gave away. They are both Reapers. I gotta find them here. Because I'm not gonna go digging off my phone. I'm gonna go. Actually, Oh, he's showing me pictures of minis. He's done. Okay, wait a minute. That wasn't what I wanted to look at. I wanted to find. Oh, I wish I could listen actually. At the shenanigans going on. All right, where did I post them? Was it general chat? Where did I put those? No, wait, wrong server. I posted them in art. Okay, let me go find. All right, I found them. I need to pull up. Yeah, I need to pull up display pics. Discord. I did the Batling, and that's what I gave to the prince. He loved it because he loves cute. Well, the player loved it. I think the prince is like, yeah, whatever. No, he was nice about it. So I love that mini. It's so cool. I love the little frog on the side and the weird mushrooms and the bat eating the candy corn. And then the other one did was because it's a brewer. I picked something somewhat anarchy, so I did this guy. Ooh, actually, the photo, the flames actually look a lot more translucent than they actually are. Couple little quick paints, and yes, both Reaper minis. So he was a rescue from a paint and take. So yeah, I do have pictures. I will post pictures probably on my own Discord at some point, and out in the wild. So, but I thought that was the most anarch thing that I could think of. So yes, I do like to share the Reaper love when I can. Or the Quantum Minis love, or the Moonlight Minis love. Um, they're all, it said, or Dark Sword. I mean, any one of the ones that Reaper invites to ReaperCon, they're all good peeps. I actually have to figure out what I need to pick out $50 worth of Dark Sword mini stuff, and I still haven't done it. I warned him, I was like, I'm just super busy. I will be less busy after AAC, which is in a week from this. It's a week from this upcoming weekend. Actually, no, I lied. I'm not going to be busy. I'm not going to be less busy. I have to actually run my printer. So I got to print minis for Carnage. I have 2 cons back to back to close out my year. And then I won't have much. But it'll be nice to get a break in. Until next February. And you know what? The time's gonna fucking fly. It did last year. I'm like, I remember when I got to this point last year and I got through, it wasn't Carnage though. I think, what was my last? I think my last one was AAC. And then I went to DE, but I was attending something. And I'm gonna say I'm not doing that this year. I heard a ding ding. Hey, Nerdy Tokyo, thank you for the subscription to the moistest channel in existence. What's up? How are you? Talking about AAC, where I played, pretty sure I met you. As I work on her hair. I've moved on to her hair. I probably have more work I'm going to do on her skin, but I think I got tired of it. And want to move on. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good the way it is, so maybe I'll just leave it. I'll make sure I look at it before I call it done. You're just waking up. Well, that figures. The one thing about Fort Myers I'll say is, oh my god, the weather. It was, like, I figure by now it's starting to, like, the humidity should be kind of dead. It's not summer anymore. It's October. I expect it to be warm. I don't expect it to feel muggy. But maybe it's a little bit later when it finally dies down. But it was super muggy. And then it rained, it got worse. Like, we were in a mall killing time before we had to go get dinner on Saturday. So we didn't even know. Walked out. You could see it rained. Must have been a very quick hitter. We weren't even in there that long. And it was more hot and steamy than ever. Oh! I did not see that. Wait. Oh, shit. Well, we'll have to wear the cheap one because right now the good one is downstairs. There. It works. It's still a fire hat. This is the bonus. You can't get the bonus hat right now unless I yell down and get it. No, it's downstairs because I wore it to King Richard's and I'm going to wear it again. I think we're going back this weekend. We earned a free ticket because we spent too much money at the event. But we did it collectively. It wasn't like one person spent $500. We combined all the receipts and we got a free ticket to be used before the fair season ended. So we're throwing it out there and see who might want to go on Sunday. Nope, that's not right. The color. I'm like snagging the wrong color. Thank you, Do Cool. Thanks for the reminder. Sorry about that. I just didn't notice. Also, the exciting thing is I'm actually doing some market research for Crydoofy's next big product. It's gonna be brushes. And they've been going crazy on asking people what they want. So I had a lovely chat with them. And put in my 2 cents. And I'm trying to convince them that they need to offer individual brushes so that when one of the set dies, we just buy one of the set. But these are the people who made the little box that I carry around at all my events. Damn it. Painted Army on commission. Kinda, sort of, a lot. God damn it, did that really... I'll have to get that off. Oh, it's coming off. Depends on how big the army is first. Do you know how big it is? Also, figure out whether or not it's going to be worth your while to take it. If you got nothing better to do, sure. But it will be a very long, process. Over 100 models. Well, you know what? Here, I'm going to look this up. I don't think I've done one that big. A lot. I would say if they want to pay it in set in things. Let's see what Google says. trying to word it carefully here. Okay, yeah. That's what I was checking. Tell them you want $1,000 at least. Cost of commission paying 100 plus model Warhammer, the Old World Army, can range from 1,000 over 5,000 plus, depending heavily on the painting skill level and the complexity of the models, but it's a significant undertaking even for a single painter. A 10 to 15 per model rate, often associated with higher quality paint jobs, result in a price of 1,000 to 1,500 for the Army. For premium finish, expect to pay significantly more as the color scales of the painter's time and artistic skill. If you're gonna do it, try to find a way to do them quick. Most significant factor: basic tabletop quality paint jobs far less expensive than a high detail award-winning finish. Yeah, don't do that. Some models like simple infantry are fast paint than complex characters. Yes, or large models. Some armies, particularly those with more intricate details or a wider range of units, can be more costly to paint. That's for sure. Time investment in professional painters typically charge an hourly rate, and a large army required dozens, if not hundreds, of hours of work.
Moist.
So, materials, high quality paints, tools, and basic materials also a factor. Alright, let's see. How does I put in tabletop? Tabletop is. Let's see what the going rate is. Okay, so it says charge between $10 to $25 per standard infantry model. Plus higher cost so it could go between 1,000 over 2,500. This quality level. So that's, I mean, if it's that many models. Jesus. I hate it when I pop up things. Hey, now Whisper, what's up? Okay, so yeah, but still, you should be charging at least $10 to $15 a model. And I feel like for me, I mean, I have to find a way to way simplify everything for an army that huge. So yeah, $1,000 minimum. I think I think with but I paint them in groups and get them done. And although right now his thing, unfortunately, I have one guy who I've been doing army stuff for. Right now, my painting of work is kind of my commission stuff, which I paint a lot of times on my work breaks, has sort of come to a halt while everything is so crazy. I may actually try to get something done tomorrow. And start painting again, because I have most my Another Anime Con stuff done, which I do tend to do at work. And yeah, I think that his army stuff probably is gone to $1,000. It's a son of a friend. Probably take as a practice run to get quicker. Well, you should. I mean, paint. That's why you're only charging $10. I mean, if you want to give them a discount, but I mean, $10 a model times 100 is over $1,000. So, and you're only talking $10 a model. I charge 35. No, sorry. Yeah, I charge 35, and probably at some point I'm going up to 40. Not now, but eventually I'm going up to 40, and then I'll probably hold my prices for a long time. Maybe I should now. Actually, should I let my ego get to me, and now I'm a gold medal level painter. Should I charge $40? Uh, I don't want to be like that. I still have a hard time wrapping my mind around that fact. I'm very proud of what I did, but it's still hard to imagine. This includes some of the bigger malls, like, oh well, yeah, the Griffin Wells. Yeah. You said, yeah, you really need to make sure you get enough for your time. Now, if you want to make it like a little friendlier or whatnot, do it in installments and charge it installments, and make it much easier to pay you off. Say, I'll do 10 models and you pay me, 10 times 10, you pay me $100. Then you do something else for a little bit, and then you go back to that. And make it bite size, friendlier amounts of money. Did they give you any hint? What they were expecting to pay? But just know, you're actually charging just the going rate. And you're charging on the low end of the going rate, even for $1,000. So. Okay. No, he didn't. Said he was in a rush, second hour. Okay, so yeah, I think the thing to do is work out with them like a schedule. Go for a schedule. Say, I'll do 10 of these and get them back to you, and you'll owe me $100. And we'll do that until they're done. Now we'll do a little Tempest Gray. Tempest Gray may not have any blue like this slate blue does. So, slate blue, something like that. But it is definitely will work well with this. It's a tiny bit lighter. And on the front of this, I'm going to lighten up a bit because it's going to go to this color. We're going to put the sunset colors in it. is a great question, though. And yeah, my first instinct was $1,000. And I was like, I better make sure before I tell her that. And thank God it came up with that same price. So I guess I do know. I know something. No, if I raise my prices, I don't think I'll do it for at least another year or so. And I will raise it another 5. And that'll be a 40, and I feel like 40 is pretty good. Basically, I want to creep my prices up enough. It has been 15 minutes. I want to creep my prices up enough that eventually I make enough to quit my job. Although now it's harder to actually make enough to quit my job because I make a little more money than I did because of the little pay bump I got for taking over my supervisor's position. I'm using like this big. I'm using right now a Game Envy one. So I really like these Game Envy Phalanx ones, which is their Sable ones. I wish I could bring my paint and takes like on a plane and go ahead and run it elsewhere. I was thinking that'd be so much fun. Do like these vampire events and run paint and takes at them because I'm a painter. Or whatever. I mean, right now, basically, it's got to be an event for my paint takes that I can actually get paint to it easily. However, as I found out from ReaperCon, I mean, I put everything in plastic bags because of this, like gallon Ziploc bags, which really hold together well. And 2 of my paints exploded on my way home. So, dude, oh my god! That would be freaking amazing. Instead of snakes on a plane, it's paint and takes on a plane. Or we could paint and take snakes on a plane. That'd be amazing. But no, that would not work well. Especially the rule that you can only have like, I guess everyone could bring a tiny bottle, like a few bottles of paint, 6 bottles of paint. Then all liquids will get banned. That'd be amazing. I still want to eventually make a t-shirt that says Mile High Painting Club. All you need is CMYK and white. You can make it. Not quite. It doesn't work the same for paint as it does for ink. Because paint you mix colors, but like CMYK, when you do CMYK pieces in printing, it's all halftones. So they're all individual dots with that color in it. And your eye mixes the color. So when you paint, you actually mix the colors. So you don't get as many colors with just those 4. Because I actually did that. I did a CMYK challenge, and I found I could not mix all the colors of the rainbow. The other thing, too, actually, you can't mix all the colors of the rainbow anyways. A CMYK printer, you cannot get all the colors. You can't get anything super bright either. It tends to print muted stuff only. Like, you can't get fluorescence. So when I did the quad color mouseling for the little quadricolor challenge, I tried that. I was like, oh, I'll be able to do anything, and I found out I couldn't do everything. Hi, Saris, what's up? What time is it anyways? Oh, hey, Night Whisper. I'm hoping you're still there. I forgot it's Monday. Just trying to get ready for AAC. You got less than 2 weeks now. I have to print a bunch my usual signs. But I've got all the people stuff. I've got the map done. You saw that. Oh, that's right. Come to think of it. I should send out one more copy of the map. Oh, awesome. So I should send out one more. By the way, did Jess get a hold of you? It's getting warm in here. Because I told her to get a hold of you about your charity stuff. And she said she was going to reach out. I bet she likes the idea. I love the idea. Lisa loved the idea. I think we all love the idea. Sanders has got a really cool charity event he's going to be doing at AAC. I think it's amazing. You can hire someone. It's like Dead Man's Chest to a degree. Basically, they hire your daughter, your adult daughter, to arrest somebody, and he's going to have a jail there. with appropriate anime figures. And you can take selfies and things, and I know you've got you got all sorts of interesting deals. I think it's really cool. Hopefully everybody will take it in the correct spirit. And have a lot of fun with it. You know, if you can think of some special challenge to include me, where they have to pay more money to get me. I don't know though if I'm that popular there. I wish we could do one where it was like a lot of money, where you could spend a lot of money and get the guests to like do a picture with you. But they tend to be very busy. I'll bet you some of them would do it. I bet you they would all do it. I think it's gonna be great. I really do. And it's for charity, so best part. I don't know, I'm having a hard time. I think I moved. Hold on a second. I think I moved my camera. I'm moving it now. No, I'm gonna go back. Okay. Oh, have a good night, Alley Cat. Talk to you later. Let's see something. Didn't say you disappeared. I was gonna say, where is the Night Whisper? Night Whisper, where are you? Okay. I don't know where he went because I was going to ask who's stream. I'm assuming he's streaming tonight. I'm going rainy gray, even though it's a sunny day. Scrape the paint off the pokey tool. Come on. There's paint in the thing. Why you're not coming out? Ooh, there's something kind of... Yeah, there's definitely something in there. the hell? Oh, it's a Celestia collab. Well, wait, why don't I see her? Lotus K is actually streaming. Okay, I do see her. I follow her. Why the hell don't I see her on my list? So listening in, but trying to squeeze in Adele before my stream. Okay, so you answered the question. You are streaming tonight. Which I was like, going, I think he's streaming, but I'm not positive. I have not had time to play WoW in a while, so I plan on going back because I really want to get the next midnight. So I will be clocking out about 9 as we go raid into a Night Whisper, who will act all surprised that I show up. You know, it happens like every week. He's always been my Monday night raid. It's like getting warm. Why is it so warm in here? It's cooling down at night. So I am trying to get some highlights. Even though this is away from the sun, I still want some highlights and such. Well, this is probably about as light as I'm going to get on this side. On the other side, on the other hand, I feel like actually this little spot here should not be that light. It's kind of underneath. You know what, Night Whisper, while you're doing your delve, you know what you should be doing? You should be working on yours. Since I know you can hear me, hee hee, you should be working on your piece. Because it's not going to get done. I know what's going to happen. You're not going to work on it until like midway through January. You'll start working on it again. Oh, I keep like falling. Said, I don't know. I did something. Something happened with my camera, like the position of it. Or maybe I'm just super slouchy tonight because I'm just kind of warm. I'm tired. I had a great time this weekend, but I am tired from it. Maybe not quite as tired as like a con, but I'm still tired. You know, I don't think I officially asked. What are people working on tonight? Yeah, there's still a few of you out there. What are you guys working on tonight? If any of you are up for answering, I know I said Night Whisper's working on WoW Delves. Anybody got something they like to share in terms of what pieces they're working on? My bangs are going on, but my bangs tend to like to retract up my head. I guess I'm gonna have to get my hair cut more often than never. Because everybody seems to like this. My wet palette also seems to be drying out. And I'm not sure why. I don't think it's particularly dry in the house. No, I figured everyone's quiet. Everyone's just lurking, and I said that's fine. I like lurkers. At least knowing you're there means I know I'm not talking to myself. Okay, I want to take. Oh, no, wait, that's right. I got this first. I know I'm off camera there. I'm looking for the bases. I know I have somewhere for my best bit stingways. Oh no. Like, they're lost? Like, they're not with the rest of the Vespa. They're all like in a box that's got like a thing, like a sectioner in there, and they're underneath it. All right, I'm gonna take a look. I want to get out of this. I want to go to my photos. And I want to find the color picture, the outdoor picture I took of this. Here's pretty bright. Okay, judging from this all here and down here actually is in the sun, as well as the top of her head, of course. They actually had it so that this was in shadow, but I didn't really believe that. Also, I don't think I'm going to totally go deep inside there. I had to split the Hive Storm box with a friend who gave me the spruce and later gave me a bag with all the basic tokens. Oh shit. So they were separated for a time. I hope you can find it. This is actually in the shadow, but a lot of this is in the sun, as is down here. Well, as I said, I really hope you can find it, and soon. I mean, I guess you can always, as much as suck, you can always buy more bases. I mean, I would think they sell them. Okay. I want to go lighter. Do I want to go a little more blue? I don't want to go. Well, I could mix. I don't know. That may not be lighter. Let's. I've got this. I've got this aquamarine. Actually, moonstone might be better. Oh wait, no, I know what would be better. Foggy gray. It's got a bluish tone to it, and it's lighter. It'll be great for the top section. I'm trying to pick the. There's dry paint in the top of this. Imagine that. Thank God for my handy dandy pokey tool. Ooh, I got out a big chunk of that. I tend to like to try to get out some of the dry paint rather than just shove it through. Okay, so now a lot of this I'm going to cover with the sun colors. And hopefully it's going to help boost the highlights. I had a friend of mine that says, I need you to show me what you do. I like paint almost every day. And just keep working. I want to be good. Well, you can be good. Anybody can be good, but you gotta work at it. Del was done. I'm going downstairs. Sita's ready to bring it back. Yeah, because you have 15 minutes. Before your stream, sir. I think I'm going to actually lighten this little recess up a bit. I'll admit I do like this. This is definitely the direction I was going for. Something very light for these more sunlit areas. Now this is mostly for the sunlit area, so the front. Snack. Actually, if I go too far around, it should not be that light. I'm thinking like this. God damn it, why can't I keep this on there? I don't know why I'm having such a problem tonight keeping my mini on the screen. I think I'm going to try to lighten up these little recesses too. Just trying to get through this part of the hair. Also trying to, and those bright spots, I definitely am trying to lighten up the recesses a bit. Now I'll go back over it with the highlight color. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the foggy gray, which is a super, super, super light gray. Wonder if I should go like pure white at the top of this. Yeah, I don't think I wanna. Thanks. I'm trying. Oh shit! It's almost time. That's what I'm hoping for. And then of course I'm carrying this color up in here and the crown and the thing, and I will be carrying it into the. I'm gonna do Earth Sky non-metal metallic, or I'm gonna try to do an Earth Sky non-metal metallic on this. I'm trying to do a couple really hard things in this because I need to up my challenge level. Fear me. I'm gonna put a few little brighter. I'm going very light-handed with this though. I have to figure out where I'm going to end that effect on the hair. If it should go all the way. Whoops, wrong color. I mean, I think it looks sunsetty. I just followed you on X. Give me a follow back. Chat, so I start my streams these days. What? Screw that. You know what? When I go to X, or whatever X is, and I see that you followed, then I will follow you back. I haven't been getting that one. All right, I'm just about there, too. Good timing to get this part of the hair done. In the next stream, I'm going to add the sun colors into this. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll see you in a couple minutes with whoever's still left. And I'll figure out something to do. Or I may just chill. I do have things to do, though. All right. Let's go rating. It is after 9. I want to thank everyone who hung out tonight or who's visiting after while I'm not live. I appreciate you all, whether you lurk or chat or visit. You're all awesome. I love you all. Let's go raid Night Whisper, who just was here. No, it's lowercase. All right. So I'll be back on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to brighten her up even more. I'll also be here. I should be here on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And then I won't be here for 2 weeks because I'll be at 2 conventions back to back to close out my convention year. Actually, I probably won't be on Murder Hoboink because I think we're going to the fair on Sunday rather. That's all for my announcements, I guess. So, I hope I see you on Wednesday at 8:30. Come back and visit the tavern, the Painted Hero Tavern, that is. And until next time, our paths cross at this fabulous Painted Hero Tavern, I hope life is grand and happy painting. Why can't I unmute it?
Works out well because I won't be painting again until this weekend. But it's going to take some off-stream work right now. because I was planning